$250 million in rookie jersey sales for Shedeur Sanders, which means he's going to commission $14 million. He only made $4.6 million from his rookie contract. So he's already made more than most second, third, whatever rounders. This is a sign for anybody out there that feels like they've been done wrong. You are always going to end up on the right side if you are a good person.
What if I told you a rookie just signed a jersey deal so massive, NFL owners started sweating through their yacht suits? That's right. Shedeur Sanders just broke the matrix with a $250 million prime equity power move. And now billionaires are panicking like it's Black Monday. Forget touchdowns. This kid's flipping the entire business model. Is the NFL ready for a quarterback who negotiates like a Fortune 500 CEO? Buckle up. This ain't just a deal. It's a takeover.
His jersey, according to Fanatics, is the best-selling jersey in his draft class. So what do you guys think about that?
Shedeur Sanders is going to be one of the richest quarterbacks ever. Prime equity from $250 million earned from his jersey sale. A lot of y'all said, cap, that's a lie.
NFL owners were minding their own billionaire business, sipping overpriced wine, lounging on yachts shaped like their egos, when suddenly a 21-year-old quarterback dropped a $250 million financial nuke on their carefully constructed merch empire. Cue chaos. Cue panic. Cue someone shouting, "Get Jerry Jones on the line."
Tell the truth. Does this surprise you guys that Shedeur Sanders, pick number 144, is now the best-selling jersey of the draft class?
No, and this is why he's going to be a Cleveland Brown. I think he's going to be on the roster no matter what. Because at the end of the day, I do think he has a safe floor at quarterback, but those type of things, moving the needle, moving dollars around and being relevant as a franchise, that's what you want as an owner.
Well, Jimmy loves.
Shedeur Sanders just pulled off the business equivalent of stiff-arming the entire NFL ownership club while wearing a velvet robe and shades. And he didn't do it with touchdowns. He did it with equity. Not salary, not bonuses, not performance incentives where you get $50,000 for blinking 3 times on 3rd and long. Number Shedeur got equity in his own jersey line, as in he owns the nameplate, the stitching, the logo placement.
Did you have a good time at the rookie premiere event? Did you get a chance to catch up to Trav?
Yeah, it was fun seeing Travis there, of course. He's a changed man now. He got bankroll. Baby. It was cool being able to see him. Being on the stage, being able to take a picture, because it started in Jackson State. And just an idea, just a thought. It was just cool to see me and Travis, actually have NFL jerseys.
They say you was trying to steal your jersey, though. I seen a video.
Oh, when I was trying to steal my jersey?
Yeah.
I took the jersey. I didn't think it was a problem. And they yelled over the intercom, "Everybody return your jerseys." I said, well, let me return this jersey, bro.
Every time someone buys a Shedeur Sanders jersey, the money doesn't just vanish into the NFL's black hole of revenue-sharing spreadsheets. It goes to him. Meanwhile, NFL players are waking up like, wait, we can do that, because up until now, they've been getting crumbs from the merchandising buffet while the league waltzes off with filet mignon.
Keeping quiet, working, minding his business, driving the speed limit hopefully, and doing everything he needs to do to prepare for this upcoming season. And the people have decided that he deserves to be on top. If public opinion is everything, this just told you everything that you need to know. Because the NFL can punish you for public opinion, but they won't reward you for it.
See, here's how it usually works. Players get a slice, a teeny slice, a Costco sample-sized portion of jersey revenue after the league, team, sponsors, and 7 layers of middlemen get their share. It's the financial equivalent of watching your grandma bake cookies and being allowed to smell them. But Shedeur? He broke the vending machine and took the whole rack. Instead of signing away his rights for a one-time bag, he said, "Actually, I'll take lifetime royalties and a seat at the board meeting. Thanks." And that's where the owners started sweating, because Shedeur didn't just make a deal, he made a blueprint, a player-first, league-defying, lawyer-up kind of blueprint. And now every other college superstar with a half-decent Instagram following is staring at this like, oh, it's possible? Suddenly, rookies aren't just talking 40-yard dash times. They've blown $250 million on parking lots, punters, and yachts named after their third wives. What shook them was the structure, equity, ownership, the sacred turf of the oligarchy.
This is what Shedeur just did. I mean, I'm sorry, but that's what he said. $250 million of jersey sales. Most popular rookie jersey since his pops, Coach Prime, Deion Prime Sanders. $15 million or so in commission from them jersey sales. This is a perfect example of what's for you is for you, and they can't take it away. He's still gonna make the Browns. He's still gonna end up being a starter. He's still gonna end up getting a huge contract in a few years. But he already making more money than some of the dudes that's been in the league for years.
Because if Shedeur owns his jersey rights now, what happens when others start asking for equity in their name, image, and likeness after being drafted? What happens when players refuse to sign over their soul to the NFL merch machine? What happens when the machine breaks down and the players start printing their own t-shirts on Shopify and making more money in a week than the league gives them in a season? And don't think the owners didn't notice the name attached to this revolution. Prime equity. That's right, as in Coach Prime, as in Shedeur Sanders, as in the man who turned Colorado into the epicenter of hype, media, and chaos in one fall season. This wasn't just a business move. This was a prime-time production. Shedeur didn't stumble into this. This was taught, engineered. Shedeur didn't walk into the draft with wide eyes and a nervous handshake. He walked in like a man buying real estate. You could practically hear the owners whispering, Is he wearing cufflinks with his own logo on them?
Because of Shedeur Sanders' brand, he has implemented an entirely new clause for NFL contracts called the prime equity. And in this clause, he gets a percentage of everything that the Browns make off of his image and his likeness. This includes a certain amount when it comes to jerseys, merchandise. He also owns all of his content. So whether that's digital, whether that is, streaming media, whatever it is, docuseries, social media, he owns it. This is legendary. And the fact that it's called the prime equity clause.
Even veterans are staring in disbelief. How'd this kid skip the rookie hazing and go straight to executive privileges? Well, maybe it's because Shedeur wasn't interested in the old school hierarchy. He wasn't waiting in line to be accepted into the system. He came with his own, and now the fallout has begun. Emergency meetings, lawyers Googling, can we stop players from owning their own names? A couple of execs reportedly had to be talked off the ledge of their luxury suites. They were prepared for young talent. They weren't prepared for young tycoons. The old guard is terrified because they know what happens next. Rookies are watching. High school phenoms are watching. Every blue-chip athlete who ever wondered if they had to give up control just to wear a jersey is now rethinking everything. Because Shedeur proved you can be the talent and the boss. Suddenly, agents aren't pitching signing bonuses. The moment college athletes started cashing in, the floodgates were cracked. But what Shedeur did was kick them off the hinges. He didn't just sign a deal, he reshaped the expectation.
Shedeur Sanders just made history with the #1 selling jersey for a 5th-round draft pick. Shedeur, we're doing it for Shedeur Sanders, guys, because what happened to him was not cool. So we are going to support Shedeur in his career in the NFL. His jersey sold more jerseys than any of the other draft picks. I am being told this. My sports peeps are telling me he's setting records already. Do you guys think he will be a star in the NFL?
Because before now, deals were deals. Endorsements, sponsorships, social media promos. But this is ownership. This is long-term, generational. This is, my great-grandkids are eating because I wore that number. And what happens when other stars catch on? What happens when the next 5-star QB says, actually, I'm bringing my own apparel line with me? What happens when Travis Hunter says, I want a piece of every highlight clip you use on Sunday Night Football? What happens when the athletes stop asking for permission and start acting like partners? Because let's face it, they've always been the product. The league's been selling them like action figures with shoulder pads for decades. The difference is, now the action figures are asking for royalties. And if that wasn't terrifying enough, this new wave is articulate, media savvy, brand literate. They're not mumbling through interviews and hoping for endorsements. They're building ecosystems. The NFL tried to own the narrative, but Shedeur owns the lens, the mic, the platform, and the highlight reel. Let's talk numbers. If the average jersey sells for $130 and the league takes, say, 80% after everyone's had a bite, what's left? Maybe $10 for the player. Cute.
NFL fans are boycotting the NFL with their merch sales and saying they're only going to buy directly from Shedeur Sanders after the NFL made him drop out of the first round. People are saying that any merch that Shedeur drops, we are buying from him. We are not buying any jersey with his name on the back. Anything Shedeur drops, we're buying it from him. If the Browns come to a city near you and you want to support him, go shop on his website. And I get it, they want to support Shedeur because he dropped so far. They thought he was going to go in the first round, but Shedeur is charging $75 for a plain t-shirt.
Now flip that. Shedeur keeps 60%, 70%, maybe more, and he doesn't need to wait for fans to buy in stadium shops. His jerseys drop online like sneaker launches, limited edition, countdown timers, entire drops selling out in 10 minutes. He's not just monetizing his brand, he's turning it into a movement. And owners, they're watching helplessly as their monopoly on merch turns into a free market with no barriers to entry. Their only hope now? Try to convince the next generation of athletes that Shedeur is an outlier, a fluke, that this won't work for everyone, except it already is. Young players are waking up, they're building brands at 16, signing NIL deals at 17, launching podcasts at 18. By the time they hit the draft, they don't need the league to make them. They already are made. Oh yeah, they're taking notes. Because nothing hits harder than seeing someone who looks like you, talks like you, and plays like you pull off a business coup that forces billionaires into DEFCON 1.
Now, ain't this crazy, huh? Ain't this about a you already know? Look at this. They already try to play Shedeur, a projected second pick, not a second round, projected second pick, number 2 overall. And look at this. Who got the top jersey sales of all rookies? And guess what his commission is? Allegedly, his commission is about $14 million. Now, this is 2 times his contract far as being a 5th round pick.
And here's the kicker. Shedeur's still just getting started. This isn't even his peak. He hasn't taken a snap in the league. He hasn't thrown a pass under NFL lights. And already, he's redefined what a rookie can demand. Imagine what happens if he balls out. Imagine if he's not just a brand, but an elite performer. What do you do when the business model and the box score belong to the same guy? The owners know what that means. It means leverage, unstoppable leverage, the kind you can't fine, can't bench, can't discipline for conduct detrimental to the team, because you can't punish someone who doesn't need you. Shedeur's playing a whole different game, and the scoreboard isn't in yards or touchdowns. It's in shares, royalties, and market dominance. And now, the rookie class is sweating harder than a third-string quarterback at training camp. Because Shedeur didn't just sign a contract, he signed a revolution. The moment that $250 million jersey equity bomb dropped, every top prospect from Arch Manning to Travis Hunter suddenly stopped practicing and started dialing their marketing teams. The message was clear. Build your brand first. Get drafted second. Forget waiting for a shoe deal or a Gatorade ad. These kids want ownership in the product before they even lace up.
Dion, with his personal brand, was able to create this life, this brand for his family. He passed the baton to his sons, his nephews, his daughters, etc. And they were able to carry on with their own personal brands and their own personalities. I know a lot of us were upset about how the draft took place, but he was playing chess, not checkers, and took a page out of Prime's book. And I love that they called it Prime. I just love that. And again, this is not going to be the first time that we see this. More and more athletes that come up off of money, off NFL, that continue to build off NIL, that continue to build brands in college are going to be asking for these types of percentages. This is literally one of the first times that we're seeing this. This is revolutionary.
Shedeur just rewrote the rookie handbook, shredded the agent playbook, and lit the old "wait your turn" mantra on fire with a cigar made of endorsement cash. Now, every blue chip recruit is sitting in media training whispering, "How do I do what he just did?" They're not asking what team they'll play for. They're asking if that team will respect their portfolio. The ripple effects are nuclear. Agents are staring at their contracts like, wait, we don't get a cut of the NFT merch line? NFL front offices are bracing for a wave of rookies arriving not just with highlight reels, but with LLCs, licensing attorneys, and TikTok empires. These kids are coming in hot with lawyers, logos, and launch strategies. The Rookie Symposium might need to add a module on stock dilution and digital wallet security. And now the league's in panic mode. Do they tighten rookie deal regulations, start sneaking in clauses to block equity demands, force new players into cookie-cutter licensing deals like it's 2007? Good luck with that. The old-school reps who used to walk into a war room and flex their Rolodex now have to compete with 21-year-olds showing up in custom suits made from jersey fabric with CEO embroidered on the sleeve.
$50 million? I'm not surprised. And I'm not even talking about his personal website where he sells clothing from. Now, from that $250 million, he'll probably make anywhere between $5 to $14 million. That's more than his NFL contract is over 4 years.
Brands, they're shaking too. Some are running toward this chaos like moths to a flaming TikTok reel. Others, they're ghosting emails like it's a breakup. Because if every rookie wants creative control, personal licensing rights, and equity, suddenly that sweet, safe endorsement model looks like a rotary phone in the age of iPhones. And the fans? Oh, they're in for a ride. On one hand, better merch, direct drops, and a level of transparency the league never wanted you to have. On the other hand, team loyalty might get messier than a soap opera love triangle. Are you supporting the team or your favorite player's independent merch empire? Because let's be honest, this wasn't just a jersey deal. This was Shedeur dropping a 70-yard dime on the entire NFL ecosystem. A message to every athlete. You don't need to wait your turn to be a boss. Not only did they build the brand, they named it like a tech startup. It sounds like the kind of firm that buys out your favorite coffee chain and turns it into a crypto hub. It's bold, it's cocky, and it's now, the NFL has a choice. Evolve or get steamrolled. Because Shedeur just proved that waiting for the league to hand you a piece of the pie is over. The new generation is coming with their own ovens, recipes, and distribution channels. And they're not just taking a slice, they're taking equity. Good luck, owners. Hope you enjoyed the last few decades. Because the era of the athlete entrepreneur just kicked off, and Shedeur Sanders is already running the 2-minute drill on your business model. And guess what? He's not punting.